Are you someone who is a fresher or a fresh out of college lined up with a job interview? Then this video is for you. Stay tuned. In today's video, I will be sharing with you top 5 interview questions and answers that is commonly asked to freshers and that will help you ace the job interview. Good morning and welcome back to my YouTube channel Be Obsessed, and if you are someone new, then welcome to my channel. And today's video is a highly requested video. In fact, it is the top voted video on my community tab. When last week I was running a poll and I had 4 options in the poll, but interview skills for freshers was the top and the highest voted topic. So that is the reason I thought I would shoot a video on this topic and give it to you guys. So let's get started with the video. So you are someone right now who is in a new phase of life where you are moving from your educational background to the corporate sector and you don't want to goof up in that. So let's look at the most commonly asked questions and answers for freshers that will help you bag that job. So if you're a fresher or even if you are an experienced professional, the first question in an interview is always to tell something about yourself, which is tell me something about yourself. So if you are a fresher, always remember you are not answering to somebody you met at the college campus or at a coffee shop.
How you doing today, man?
Everything goes well, then that person might become your future boss or your employer. So things like, I like to be on Facebook all the time, or I had so many girlfriends during my college days, or I am a internet junkie, or I'm a makeup junkie, or something like this is not what the person asking you the question is waiting to hear. Neither the person is waiting to hear something like this. These are definitely not good answers for the question the person is asking you. Instead, you can talk about your educational background. You can talk about any project work that you might have done during your college days. You can also talk about your birthplace. You can talk about your family members, about your siblings. But make sure you don't go too detailed in all this because the other person listening to all this will get bored and will lose interest. You can also talk about your hobbies or maybe things that you like to do like cooking, singing, traveling or anything of that sort. But make sure you keep it short and simple if you are a fresher. Alright, so the next very obvious question would be, why would we hire you? Now, the motive behind asking this question to you is even the employer wants to be sure that why are you applying for this job? If you are applying only because you want to do the job to buy a gadget that is in the market, or you are currently jobless, so they want to try and understand what made you interested to apply for this job. So you need to be very sure while answering this question. So to answer this question, you need to first read the job description before you go for this job interview and make sure that you have a suitable answer for the employer. Because always remember, any organization will only hire you if you can add some value to the organization. So make sure that you can talk about your skills and you highlight about the qualities that you have, and with your skills, what can you do to the job? Can you justify the job role that has been given to you? So you need to make sure that you highlight your skills that will add value to the job. You can also inform about your abilities, like you are a quick learner, you are very flexible in attitude, and you are ready to understand and take feedback and make things perfect till the time it is not corrected as per the requirement. So try and highlight these qualities. The next question will be, tell me something about your strengths and weaknesses.
Biceps.
Definitely don't say anything like the one that you saw in the video right now. Then you will never be hired, as it says in the video as well. You'll never be hired. Instead, what you need to do is you need to make a list of your strengths and weaknesses in advance, and you need to also add relevant examples to it and make sure whichever you are speaking is relevant to the job. For example, if it is about your strengths, you can always make a note and say that I have always submitted my projects before the deadline, which means that you are a very punctual person because you have always submitted your projects before deadline and nobody had to chase you for the projects during your college days. So this is something which is an additional point. You can also add another example like I was leading a project in my college which turned out to be successful. Now this would highlight your leadership qualities and the employer would actually understand that okay, if any role is given to him and there is a team that is allocated to this person, he or she, whoever the person is interviewing, has the abilities to lead the team. There is a leadership quality. So make sure that you design your strengths according to these areas. Talk about your weaknesses. Make sure that you always back up your strengths with your weaknesses. For example, you can always say like, as I already told you that I have always made sure that I submitted my projects before deadline, which sometimes made me under pressure and forced me to overwork and think more, which is not required. Now when you say this as your weakness, the employer thinks okay, this person is punctual but sometimes the person is overworking and stressing out, which is still okay rather than not being punctual. So which is a positive point for you. So the next question is, are you planning for future studies? Now, this question will be generally asked to people who are like fresher or fresh graduates because the company wants to understand whether after employing you, training you, and spending so much of time, effort, and money on you, you should not leave the organization. So they should be able to get the benefits of the investment that they do in the form of training, infrastructure, your salary, everything. They should be getting return. So that is the reason. So this answer you have to answer very tactfully. You need to understand why they are asking it and you need to give the company a correct view stating that, for example, if you are pursuing anything, you can tell them whether it is a distance education that you are pursuing which will not hamper your productivity in the company, or you will not think of quitting the job because you will not have to go for regular classes. Or you can also tell them that I am doing some kind of certification which will help me enhance in my current profession or in my current job role that I am being interviewed for, which is like an added advantage. And then the employer will also be happy that you are very, very transparent about what you are trying to do and you have a plan and you're sharing that with them. Next question is, what do you know about your company? So when you go for an interview, make sure you Google about that particular company. You do a detailed research about what are the products that is there for this particular company, what is the collaborations that they do, or how many, uh, branches they have all across the globe, when did they start operations, or where their headquarters are based. So all this number of employees, which you will get it easily on Google, on Wikipedia, you'll get all the information there. You just need to Google it and see and make sure that you know somewhat, something about the company, which will also give the impression that you do your background work before you go to the field. So that is a very, very good thing, because if you are hired, then they will know, okay, if there is something, a brief is given to this person, the person will do the background study and they'll come up with the answer, which will also be an added advantage for you. Make sure you do not answer this question by saying, just because you're a paymaster in the market, that is the reason I am applying for this job. You will never be hired if you say this. If you say this word that you are a paymaster and that is the reason I want to join, that's not a good answer. So you should never say this. Instead, just focus on the areas that I just told you. Alright, so apart from this 5 questions and tips and tricks to answer them and crack the job interview for freshers, I would also like to inform you that you need to be well groomed when you go for an interview. Preferably try and wear formals. Make sure you're not wearing anything which is like a torn jeans or maybe a rugged look or red lips. Please, if you're a girl, please don't wear red lips to an interview. It is not very professional. If you go for an interview, try and wear very natural lips or maybe pink lips or nude lips. That is more advisable. Also, make sure you speak with confidence and enthusiasm. You look straight into the interviewer's eyes and you speak. You also make sure that you have a good tone. You don't raise your tone or you are not too, down on your tone. Make sure you have a balanced tone that you can speak with confidence. And also sit up straight and your body language should be very, very confident. Make sure you're wearing your confidence very nicely so that the interviewer gets impressed and hires you on board with the company. So all the best. Alright, so I think I've covered everything in the video, and with this I would call it a wrap. And if you guys liked my video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and hit the like button and the subscribe button and the bell icon next to it, please, so that it can motivate me to do more great video content and get more involved with you guys and help you with any of the questions that you guys might have. And don't forget to leave me a comment in the description box below. If you are still not following me on my Instagram account, please do follow me on my Instagram account, which is beobsessed.86. And the good news is that we have reached 1200 members on Be Obsessed Instagram as well. So you can go check out on my Instagram profile as well. See you in my next video. Till then, stay fit, stay healthy, and be obsessed about whatever you do in your life. Bye-bye.